space with executive Stephanie Wood, Leslie Olau, and then silver director Tammy Glowacki, and then myself, and we rotate. And I'm so honored that I have Staci on tonight. And just kind of a little bit backstory. I met Staci 2 years ago on my director's trip. She was doing the mentorship there at Sundance. And
I bet she got a call.
a former kindergarten teacher, a former kindergarten garden teacher, and that's why I was telling her today. I really kudos to her because I couldn't do it. Uh, just not the kid person in me that can handle it. But anyways, I love Staci's approach. I have followed her on Instagram and Facebook forever. I love how she's consistent on Facebook and everyday life. I mean, she gets on there and does stories and she's talking, and I love it. I love the content that she puts out. She's raw and real and very authentic. She's got an amazing team that's just booming right now, and we're going to talk about that. But I'd like, Staci, if you don't mind, she's a gold executive. Also, she's been here about 5 years, so about the same amount of time as I have. But if you'll just share a little bit about your story and then kind of what we talked about this morning, just kind of your XLC type, what you talked about at XLC, and then what we talked about as far as duplication too.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much, John, for having me on. And yes, I loved being y'all's mentor. And you always pray and hope that what you say resonates with someone. So thank y'all for the opportunity. And yes, everything that Don said is so true, y'all. This is actually my 5th-year anniversary this month for the products. And then the business, my 5-year anniversary will be next month. I was on products about 2 weeks before I got my link. So there goes that. Not everyone that comes in as a partner doesn't mean, y'all, that they're not going to later build a business, because this is my full-time gig. I did start, it was August 2018. I was a kindergarten teacher, had been for 7 years. I did not start for weight loss, you guys. So that's kind of crazy too, right? I actually started for my husband to lose weight. But it just goes to show you what we have so many people can benefit from. And I'm just going to be very honest. From the outside looking in, people would have never thought I needed Singular. I did need to lose weight. Financially, we were okay. And I seemed like I had the tiger by the tail. Y'all, I was exhausted. I felt guilty to spend money to get my nails done. And I needed, my husband needed to lose weight, and I needed the energy. So don't ever prejudge anyone. Fast forward, I started that first week of school, my 7th year teaching, did not go back to teaching that following year. So like from September through March, we actually built to a platinum director team. So I walked away that May, and I haven't been back. And it's only because I do show up every day. People need what we have, you guys. God, they need what we have, and I'm blessed with
listening to a Zoom meeting
on my team that nobody does this alone. And like I said at XLC, the only reason that says gold executive, y'all, is because I was a manager who did not quit. Even like whenever times were hard, and there have been some hard times, I never quit, right? People need what we have. So kind of talking about what I did talk about though at XLC, you guys, was building managers. We all want managers. And something that I have done consistently, which I'm going to probably talk about that a lot. Consistency is where it's at, you guys. Like, there's no magic. There's none. You just don't quit. Like, you're never going to beat someone who gives up, who doesn't give up, right? But what I have done consistently for 5 years, and it's helped me earn Founders Club for all 5 of those years, is I've had the four simple steps to success. Now, I know that sometimes things change and you got to tweak stuff, and I get that, but I'm just going to say tried and true. These 4 steps, you guys, if y'all want to write these down, have worked, and they not only work for me, but I've duplicated them down. So whenever I have someone come on board, either as a partner or they upgrade to a partner, they're going to do these 4 things. I give them 1 step at a time. Y'all, I compare this business to a lot like teaching, right? I'm still teaching. It's just not 5 and 6-year-olds. It's adults to live healthy lives and run successful businesses. So I give bite-sized things. Step 1, and this can be out of order, y'all. Doesn't matter. Like, I've done it all kind of order. Step 1 is going to be that they are going to go and they are going to invite to the testimony page. And honestly, you guys, like, even not partners, invite to the page for me. Like all my customers do, because you never know who they know who's going to need what we have, right? I know you guys maybe haven't heard of Mark and Kimmy in England. Like, I only have them on my team because I had a customer share for me. Like, wasn't even a partner, right? You're always looking to grow your network. So that's what I do. Number one, I'm like, go invite to On My Way, which is our page. Let me know when you get that done. Don't discriminate, invite everyone once. The second step is I give them a post to put on the testimony page. Why do I do that? Because I want people to see that they invited. Oh my gosh, okay, like, I knew that person. She's posted on there or he's posted on there. Even if they don't have results yet, they don't have results, I'm going to give them someone else's results to share, right? And say, super excited to get started, get results like this, whatever. The third step is going to be to post on their page. And y'all, this is really this simple. If you like, I always say this is the easiest thing to overcomplicate. It really ain't got to be that complicated. The third step is post on their page. And it's similar to the testimony page, except for they end it with a question, right? Like, it may be like, oh my gosh, I'm super excited to get results like my friend Tammy. I'm over being the way that I feel. Let me know if you're ready to make a change too, if they don't have their results. If they have the results, they put theirs. End it with a question, right? The last and most important step, you guys, and I have tweaked this some, and I talked about this at XLC. I used to say, okay, go get a list of, 5, 10, 15 people, write their names down on a piece of paper that you think could benefit from Singular. Not just weight loss, right? Everything, travel, wellness, weight loss, energy, community, whatever. But now, y'all, I say set a timer. Go set a timer for 2 or 3 minutes, preferably 3. And you go and you literally write down names of people that come to mind. And y'all, we even do this at our like sip and seed, which we've been doing a lot of those too. We do those because here's the deal. If they have at least 4 names down, guess what we say? Oh my gosh, you have 4 names down. Do you know that you could win a company bonus, an extra $100, $200 just from that? And they're like, really? How? Well, there you go, right? If they have 8 names down, oh my gosh, do you not realize that those 8 people could get you and person of your choice on the beach in Jamaica or wherever it's going to be for a whole week for free? Like, really? Like, so you're steadily planting those seeds, right? So that's what we do at the Sip and Seeds. But back to having my new partners do that. After they have that, I say, okay, here's what you're going to do. You are going to reach out to those people. Those are your people. They don't know me from Adam 9 times out of 10. They know you. They trust you. You're not going to text them. You're going to call them or you're going to voice them. And you're going to say what's on your heart, why you want them to do this with you, right? So it's, like some other people, they may be people that maybe they went to high school with and they just see them casually on Facebook. Some of them might be their best friend, their coworker. So their approach is going to look a little different, right? They're not going to call their best friend from high school they hadn't talked to in 20 years, say, oh my gosh, it's been 20 years, come do Singular, right? You're not going to do that. They're going to voice them probably and say, oh my gosh, I've been watching you. I would be so wrong to not tell you what I'm starting or what I've done, and this is what I've got going on. Let me know if you want to know more. So it's all feeding into being real, being personable. Dawn and I talked today about boards. Y'all, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. The only time I ever use boards is for like a graphic or like ingredients. Verbiage comes from here, right? And I know I have a sweet lady that I'm helping. She's in Mississippi, and y'all, her accent is 10 times more countryer than mine. And she said, Staci, I sound like such a hick voicing these people. I said, girl, it's who you are. Embrace it. People know you, they trust you, they love you, they like you. Like, be yourself. So that kind of goes to being personable. So that's my 4 steps to success. But something else that I do, you guys, to grow managers and beyond is I have honest conversations with people. Because I will tell y'all, I can think of so many people that I didn't necessarily run off in my business, but they quit my business. Because I wanted more for them than what they wanted out of this. Like straight up. Because my brain is wired to, oh my gosh, we're gonna go big or go home. Not everyone is like that. And that's the great thing about this is, you can have the person come in that just wants to pay for the products or just needs an extra $500 or whatever it is, or doesn't even want money. They want to travel. Like, you have to know their needs. So I have started having genuine conversations with people, and it goes like this. We get on a video chat or we get on a phone call. I love video chats because I want to know that they're listening, right? And that they can see my face and I can see theirs. And it's like, okay, tell me, what do you need from this? And I always say, look, your answers may change. Mine changed. Y'all, I started out, didn't want no business. Then I was like, okay, let me get these products paid for. Then I was like, okay, let me make, $2,000. And it's like, okay, let me walk away from my career, right? So I'm like, tell me what you need from this. So they tell me what they need. And then I'm like, perfect. We can do that. Tell me how much time can you allot to that. So make sure, you guys, that they're in line. Because if I have someone tell me I need $10,000 a month, I can work 10 minutes a day, that's not going to work. And we need to know that from the get-go, right? So just, and that helps you be a partner. We're partners because we partner with them to help them. Have those real conversations. And y'all, I just got to tell y'all, I told Dawn this too. We were on vacation in Florida after XLC. We stayed like a week or whatever. And of course, we can do this from anywhere. And I was on a call with a lady in my downline, and she told me that she needed like, I don't know, was it like $2,000 or $3,000 a month? Perfect. She could dedicate an hour a day. Perfect. Y'all know how much she's done? Not even 5 minutes. So that happens to all of us. So like, if you have people that come in and say they're going to do stuff and they don't, it's okay. It happens to all of us. Who knows? She may come back around, whatever. But you do have people that do need this, and just like you guys do, right? I mean, you're on here because you believe in it and you need it for some reason. Just make sure that you're aligned, like with their goals and what they're willing to put forward. And then another thing that I talked about at XLC, you guys, was following up. You do those 4 steps, okay? And I know everyone on the Zoom has probably walked in these shoes. You have chats going, right? All their friends, oh my gosh, girl, what are you doing? Oh my God, you look amazing. Get someone to do it or whatever. And then it's crickets. And you're like, what the heck? Like, you wanted information and now you done run off to Timbuktu and won't even talk to us. Okay. That's normal, but that's where follow up is key. But not only is follow up key, but how you do it is even more important. Because you think about it, you guys, like think about whenever you were getting started. What would be more impactful for you? Would it be someone saying, hey, girl, you ready to get started? Or would it be a picture of that person and their results? Hey, girl, I got to show you, I'm down another 5 pounds. This is the best thing ever. I feel so good. I want you to do this with me. Where are you at with this, or what's holding you back? That's a big difference, right? So following up with actual results is key. Now, it ain't got to all be weight loss because not everyone comes in for weight loss. Maybe it's the income. Maybe it's, girl, I got to show you, this is what I made this past week, Oh my gosh, like that covered my groceries. Come do this with me. It has to have something tied to it for it to be impactful. So, and you're not only going to do those 4 steps one time. Like, you're not going to tell them to do them one time. Because guess what? You're going to be doing too, because you're going to be leading by example, ideally, right? So it just kind of like, whenever all that comes together, y'all, consistently, incredible things are going to happen for your business, okay? And I'm not going to sit here like I'm on my high horse and I'm high and mighty and I'm 100,000,000% singular all day, every day, because I'd be lying to you guys. But do I show up in a capacity that shows my business doors are open? Yes. Every day for 5 years. So maybe if you're in a spot where you're like, you know what, I haven't been 100%, or I need to get back to it. Great thing is you can always pick right back up. But you got to lead by example, and you got to remember why you're doing this. So maybe have a heart-to-heart conversation with yourself. Why are you doing Singular? What are your goals? And are your actions in a line? Right? And kind of do a self-inventory on that. So that's really What I talked about as far as building managers, if you do those things consistently, guys, and then teach them to do it consistently, you're gonna grow. And just I always say at the end of the day, y'all, we don't want to be robots. No, I would much rather talk with a human than a robot. Like if someone's trying to sell me something, which no one wants to be sold to, they want to be helped. Be genuine, be real. Who you are is enough. Um, so now I know, Dawn, we talked about questions and anything that you guys have, you want to know, or comments or whatever. This is y'all Zoom. I want to make sure that you guys get something from this.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself. I mean, Staci, you nailed all of it in 15 minutes. I'm so proud of you. You did great. But yeah, Staci questions. I think the biggest thing with you that kind of resonates with me is the duplication. I saw it with the growth of Kim and John Blank. What's his
Marky
name?
Mark.
Mark. Thank you. Golly. It started to roll off and then it went away. But the duplication with them and what they've built, and I know it's all because of you. I know you gave them the simple steps, and that's what's so important, that we don't need to recreate the wheel. And I know that you didn't recreate the wheel that Christy gave you, but something that you didn't. How did you get introduced to Singular? Because sometimes that's important. Where did you see it at?
Absolutely, girl. So it's kind of crazy. All this is God's plan anyway, and it's just crazy how things worked out. So I was actually shopping which by the way, I'm Christy's level 2. My sponsor's name is Donna. And you would never know that, right? Because Donna actually started this a month before I did. And whenever me and her got together, we blew up, for lack of a better term. She hit executive in 9 months. I hit it in like 10 or something. Like, it was crazy. And so she didn't really know what she was doing either, right? So Christy kind of took us both under her wings. But so what we were doing one day, I was shopping with Donna, and she had a trim stick, and I was like, "Girl, what are you drinking over there? Like, what is that?" Because y'all, we've done all kind of stuff, right? My husband has, I can say this on here, he has celiac and he has IBS, so his gut issues, y'all, were terrible. And whenever I say they were terrible, I don't mean like he just was bloated. I mean, like, my husband put on about 40 pounds in about 6 months. Nothing was helping him. We had went to several gastro doctors. We even went to the ideologist people, y'all, that take a picture of your eye. I didn't know they existed, but we were desperate. And they looked at it on a computer and they're like, "You're lacking this and you need this supplement." So we spent like thousands and thousands of dollars on stuff that didn't work. So anyway, Donna was mixing a trim stick, and I was like, "Girl, what are you doing over there?" And so she told me, and I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, "Whatever." Well, then, y'all, her and her husband were losing weight like crazy. Like, I mean, crazy. And I'm like, okay, they were over for supper one night, and I was like, "Give me what you got. Sign me up. Do whatever you got to do. It's probably not going to work. Probably going to send it back." But I was desperate for Chris. And y'all, by day 3, just like you guys know, I felt so good. Like, I didn't have brain fog. I was not coming home, getting on that couch. I was a better mom to Clay, had more energy, better teacher. And my husband was losing weight. And I was like, "All right, girl, tell me, what'd you make off of me?" Because I know how these things work, y'all. I was the teacher at school that every teacher had a side gig but me. Like, and I supported them. Like, one was doing Rodan and Fields, one was selling Unique. I bought from them. They wanted me to sell their stuff. I said, "Y'all know," because it didn't change my life. This, like, it makes me want to cry 5 years later because it changed our life. So that's what happened. And I said, "What'd you make on me?" She said, "Well, I made this amount of money, and every time you reorder, I'm going to make money too." And I said, "Well, I'm never getting off these products. I can tell you right now, 3 days in." So anyway, long story, yeah, that's what I said to her. I was like, "Girl, what'd you make off of me?" Because that was like $2 or $3. She's like, "I made $80." I was like, $80? That's a tank of gas. Hook me up. And so that's how I got into it. Again, craziest thing, Dawn, it wasn't for me. And I certainly didn't start for money, just like I didn't start teaching for money. No one gets into education for money. But this has been the biggest blessing, and I'm so grateful that to be a part of it, truly.
I love it. Yep. I didn't know the beginning of your story. So I wanted, because I knew you didn't really come in for the weight loss, but you did for Chris. So, We don't have any questions in the chat. Y'all feel free. Use Staci. She's here, so use
By
her.
all means, I done got Chris to get the steaks off the grill, and I got everything else ready. So,
Absolutely use her. Stephanie, you were at XLC. Did anything that resonated with you that Staci was talking about that you want her to hit on?
My feeling is I think it's really great to hear that the simple things that we were doing back then are still working. Because there are a lot of people that have felt like, gosh, it isn't working anymore. And I think it's just you've changed your approach with the basics, right? We've changed it into relationship and transformational sales approach rather than a transactional approach. So what would be some of the tips you would give for people when they are creating a post for their people to make, or when they are sending out a message to their friends? What would be more of a post? Because we have talked about how like transactional, like, you know, putting a thing a zing and the benefits on for their for their post is probably not going to be, it's not going to, you know. So what would you give as examples for posts?
Good question, girl. Because I know I used to overthink it. Like I really did. Like I made it so much harder than it had to be to make a post. And I have a lot of my team. They're like, these girls are much smarter than I am, truly. And they're like, Staci, how does it sound? Like, girl, does it sound like you? Like, okay, so I get it. It's hard sometimes. So I always think about y'all who, like back then, at the how I felt, how Chris was, what would have spoke to me? Like what, and you know, all of us, y'all, the person we used to be before Zingular, that makes us the most qualified person now to help who that person was, right? So think about those things. Like think about how you felt, or have your your partner think about, okay, girl or guy, I say girl, guy, like what has Angular done for you? And y'all, I'll have him shoot me bullet points. I'm like, send me some bullet points. I want to know scale. I want to know non-scale. I want to know everything that you've got going on. And then I put a post together. That way it's their words, but I give it to them because sometimes, you know, some people think it, you know, they go write a book and they throw everything out there. That's a good post, and it's not. Like for me, if I have to do this to finish reading, I check out. And I know not everyone's like me, but again, I always try to think about what would get my attention. So just really hit on those key points. And maybe they've got a million great things going on. Have them share 3 great things the first time, right? Like, oh my gosh, I have to share. This girl is down 5 pounds. I'm sleeping through the night and my clothes are already looser and I just started this. I'm on day 6 or whatever it is. You know, let me know if you want to know what I'm doing. And then next week, have them put something else good, right? So that way that people are kind of, because you already know, some people are going to sit there and they're going to watch for a long time before they ask. So don't just have them. That's where the 4 steps, like we repeat them all the time, but not all the time. But like my new people, once a week, I'm like, let's put something out. You got people watching, and then let's go in your chats. Give them something, you know, worth a value why they need what you have. So, Steph, I feel like that was a really long answer for a really simple question, but that's what I do. I'm like, give me bullet points, tell me what you got going on, and y'all always end it with a question on their post. Like seriously, and even in the follow up, end it with a question. It's a call to action, you know. And like I had some people, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm down 5 pounds," and their friends, y'all, what do they say? Congratulations, yay, that's great. Not down 5 pounds, feel better than I have in years. I'm here to share. If you're ready to make a change, let me know, whatever, right? It's a little different. So I hope that helps.
Perfect. And then something else you talked about at XLC, I was going back through my notes, Staci, and it kind of ties into what Stephanie was doing earlier, and that's having your clear goals in front of you, you know, clear expectations from, you know, your team as well, to kind of give you a guideline. I can write my goals down, and that kind of goes with what you were talking about, the girl that you kind of ran off because you were expecting more. You know, I can have my circle set up, or, you know, my line set up, or however I do it that works for me. But if you don't have that vision from your team, then your little circles aren't going to be much good, because your expectations are going to be a lot higher than theirs.
Amen. And I forgot to mention that, Dawn. And I know I had a picture of my whiteboard, and I can go grab it, but you know, it's on a whiteboard, y'all, for a reason. And on my whiteboard, I have my people that I'm currently growing, right? Through quick start, manager, silver, all the way, whatever, for director. I have that. And then I have my people, that customers that I want to upgrade. So like they're on my radar, because you already know, y'all, you may be in a chat, or you may hear something or see a post, or like, oh my God, that's so great. Like I need to go, and, you know, like we need to get her going. But then you get pulled somewhere else, and it's like out there in la la land. So it has to be in front of me. And it's on a whiteboard for a reason, y'all. It gets erased a lot. Like in 5 years, you know, I always think about this too. Like how many rejections, how many people quitting, and I don't mean to sound a Debbie Downer, I'm just very real. How many people telling me they were going to do something and they didn't do it, did it take for me to find, you know, the amazing few people that I have on my team that bust their tail, right? And everyone has a spot. Like everyone has a spot on the team that's not that. But you know, you got to go through those hard times and all that to get to the good. And you never stop. Like I said, I would have not found the England, you guys, had I not had my customer share. And he told me no for 6 months. And finally he sent me his picture. I'm like, dude, that's going out on the internet. I'm just telling you right now. Like, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you. So again, don't give up on people. Keep loving on your people. I sent out a project broadcast a minute ago about the free, you know, or not free, the 10% off the Zing, and then Dragon Fruit's here to stay, blah, blah, blah. And y'all, like the relationships that I built with my customers, like my phone's steadily going off, and it's not all going to be about Singular. Some of it's just going to be about, girl, oh my gosh, your trip to Florida looked great. Or like, you want people to like, know, and trust you, right? So it's not always, like you said, Steph, it's not all transactional. It's just fostering those relationships to where when the time does come, a lot of times those people will eat out of the palm of your hand. They really will. Just be who you are. Treat people the way you want to be treated, whether that's a partner, whether that's a customer, whether that's a prospect. It all goes back to relationships in this business. Oh, and I'm not perfect. Trust me, I said something in a chat one time that I thought it was going to someone else, and it was about the lady that I sent it to. And she's like, ma'am, I don't think you meant to send that to me. I said, no, ma'am, I didn't, but I really meant what I said. And so, like, I thought Singular was going to fire me. I was like a goal manager, and I told Christy, I was like, there's my career. I might as well, you know, hang it up. But in all honesty, I bet there was someone in her life that wanted to tell her the same thing. She was not nice. But anyway, that's the truth.
That's why I love you. That's because that would have been me. That it probably has been me, and it probably will happen again.
But
yeah, the filter
the best. I mean, I was just being real. So you get what I'm saying.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh geez. Tammy Castronova said, I love it when you said at XLC, grow your business with a goal and not a mood. Yep. And what did you end it with? You can't coach from the couch.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no like, I love my couch, but there's no way, like literal, that I'm gonna sit there and be like, okay, team, y'all go and do this today, and I'm not doing it. Ain't no way. Like, whether I really want to do it or not, like, I would never, y'all. That's something, always lead by example. Always, you have people watching you that you don't even know are watching you, that aren't even on your team. You want them to join you. Like, truly lead by example. And again, it's not every day that I wake up that I'm like, yay, I'm excited because this person can't go to the bathroom and this one, da da da. But I remember why I'm doing this. And it is truly to help people and be a blessing in whatever way, you know, that God wants me to be to them. So yeah, like, you know, like I said, people that run marathons, I guarantee you when they're training, they're not like, oh yeah, I am so excited to go kill myself today, but they have a goal. So they do it again.
Right. Any other questions? If not, we'll let Staci go. I know she's got dinner waiting. She said something about steaks. I think I'm going to Texas. Because
Yeah,
I guarantee you those are fresh steaks too.
they are. How'd you know? Yeah, we
I guarantee that. Any last call for questions? If not, we'll let Staci go. And then we'll finish up. We've got some housekeeping that we want to touch on too. Some stuff that we're doing this month. But Staci, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. And we will see you in Louisville, right?
absolutely, y'all. I actually fly in on my 40th birthday, so there's my age. Yeah, I'm excited to be like celebrating Louisville, and it's gonna be great.
40.
So, will y'all do me a favor? Will y'all? Oh, I know, right? Will y'all all smile for me? Because I'm gonna put this on the social media. Please, 1, 2. Got it. Thank y'all so much. I love doing this. And Dawn, I appreciate you asking me to do this. So.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. And again, we'll see you in Louisville, and we'll buy you a drink if it's your 40th birthday. God, wouldn't I love to be 40 again?
When's your birthday?
October 4th. So like, it's the 5th and 6th or whatever. So I'll fly. Really? Okay, well.
Why we love each other. Yeah, I'll be there. We'll be celebrating.
Wait a minute, it's my anniversary. Can I celebrate too? Does that qualifies too, doesn't it?
Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. All right. Thank y'all so much.
Thanks, Staci.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. All right, guys, real quick, we won't wrap up right this second, but we've got a few things that we want to talk about. We are going to have an 8-day jumpstart group, kind of like our May meltdown that we did, and it's going to be an 8-day jumpstart, and it's going to start the 21st to the 28th. We're kind of hounding out all the details right now. I got the visual made, but Stephanie and I and all of us will talk about it tomorrow and dial it down a little bit more. So y'all be prepared with that, because we're going to ask for some, help on that. We're going to take up a little bit of donations to do some fun raffle. We haven't figured out what we're going to do yet. Also throwing around the idea of doing a customer appreciation sometime this month too. So be on the lookout for that. This Saturday, we've also got our team rally Zoom. I'm assuming it's still going on, Steph. I didn't. Still going on. Okay, some of us will be at regionals, and then some of us won't. So this one's going to be kind of hit or miss. But so Saturday afternoon or at 12 Eastern time, we'll have our rally Zoom, and it'll like I said, some of us won't be on there. We'll be at regionals. And then they opened up the hotel reservations for Louisville in October for Zingfest. If it's your first event, you get it for $59. And then your room rates, and they're discounted. We can always put you in rooms with other, 2 or 3 other people and cut down on the costs. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely reach out to your upline and let's get you registered, because you'll have to call in. You can't register online with that one. But the events are amazing. We have so much fun, and it's going to be in a fun town. It's going to be in a horse town, which I love. So, but anyways, anything else, Steph? Can you think of anything else? Tammy?
No, I think we're gonna launch the Zingo. I'm working on that. I need to run it by y'all, but we're gonna do a little Zingo fun here soon, so we'll get that going.
That's a super fun board that I saw. That's really, really fun. You guys are going to have a lot of fun with that. A lot of different things in there, so it's exciting. Dawn, I've clicked 2 times on the room just to see the costs. Now, I haven't been in the past 3 days. Have they posted the costs now finally?
It's $209.
$209?
And okay. The link should work now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I would jump on there and get it.
The 2 doubles, because sometimes it ends up just kings or left.
I know they didn't have any so I have a king, but thank God Rick's coming with me, so that'll be okay. But these sardines.
Well, Kelly Dodson's coming with me. Kelly. We got to get on it quick, Kel.
Cammy, hurry and get it because there is twins and they are limited with balcony and facing the river. So you want to try to get in as fast as possible. Peter's coming, so we just got a king, but we got balcony on the river, and you can actually close the bedroom door, bar, everything in the rooms. So they're the same price, so try to snag a good one.
Okay. Woo, thank you for that.
Kim, did you call in on that?
No, I did it all online, was able to pick my room.
Okay. All right.
I did it the same day it came out. So I like snagged it. Because when I said I'm going to go, I need a lot of regrouping. So I am going.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm so happy you're going and we can meet your husband. I've never met him. That's going to be super fun. I'm happy. Okay. Thanks for that info.
Sure.
Okay.
And also, when you're looking there, a lot of them have not only the twin beds, but they also have a fold out bed couch. So that means 3 girls can comfortably have a room together, and which would be, if they're there for 3 days, you're only paying for 1. Because if you have 3 people. That's good. I mean, it's nice to have your own bed. I know I like my own bed.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, thank y'all ladies for jumping on. Steph, you can stop the recording.